Hello and welcome to the next Lukoza retro game review video. And for this one we have Guts, which was written in 1988 by Special Effects and released by Ocean. I'm trying to remember if this was the second or third release that Special Effects did on the 64. I can't remember if they did Nomad. If they did, then this is their third release. If they didn't, then this was their second, with Firefly being their first. And Firefly was a great game. I've already reviewed that, and yeah, that got the glowing review it deserved. So I was quite interested in this one. And this was certainly towards the tail end of the time when I had my 64. This came out not long before I got my Amiga. So it was one of the last Commodore 64 games I got. Now, the music you can hear is by Fred Gray. I can only assume he's left Denton Designs by this time and is now with Special Effects. So, anyway, let's get on with the game. And I'll warn you now, the music in this game is not Fred Gray's finest moment. Here we go. Now, the idea of the game is that this giant alien is attacking Earth, and you have been sent to destroy it from the inside. And the way you do it is you have to go around and destroy its various internal organs by making your way through these maze and trying to find the various pieces of a special weapon. The actual internal organs are found every fourth level, so level 4, 8, 12 and 16. 16 obviously is the final level. You can see which level you are on in the middle of your status panel there. So, speaking of status panel, let's get that done, shall we? So left to right you can see obviously your score. Below that is your those three squares. They represent the parts of the special weapon you need for every 4 levels to destroy the specific main internal organ that you are trying to destroy in these 4 levels. I think the first 4 levels, the internal organs you destroy at the end of it are the kidneys. Now you don't actually start with any weapons, but I'll come back to that in a moment. Alright, the middle panel, that's showing basically which level you are on. There's that display underneath, that sort of diamond shaped thing. I think that's showing the kind of weapon I've got. I think it does, don't quote me on that. It's been a long time since I played this. That space helmet I had picked up just protects me a bit more. That's all it does, so it's not the end of the world that I've lost it. Now the furthest right panel, the 2 space helmets represent your lives. The small squares represent your energy, and that's about it. So you are trying to find your way through this bloody maze where everything looks exactly the same. And initially you don't start with any weapon of any kind, you've got to find them. And this weapon I've got here is the weediest and most pathetic of the lot. And to find them you need to go to these barely decipherable like nodule things here, and then you push up or something to try and get the extra weapon. I can only assume this one just gives me the same weapon that I've already got, because he doesn't seem to be doing anything when I try and get the weapon from it. So I'll try again somewhere else. As it is, I am probably not going to get too much further because I'm losing way too many lives. But once you completed a stage, you then get this horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up sort of section as you travel from one maze area to another. Let's see if I can at least get to that bit. I think, yeah, here it is. So, here we are. This is the horizontal shoot 'em up part. Which is ridiculously easy, and then you push up and head up to here. So now we're in the second area. Now here, there is at least one of the, well no, there's not at least one, it is the only one. Right, so I now have a better weapon. Yeah, this is where part of the special weapon is that you need to destroy the internal organ on level 4, which I don't have a fucking prayer of reaching anyway, so. Now, I don't know about you, but this music is already getting on my fucking tits because it just loops endlessly. And I really do wish I had selected sound effects rather than music. Like I said, this is absolutely not Fred Gray's finest moment. Basically, he just audibly irritates you. It's a bit like some of Rob Hubbard's. He's a great musician, but he did churn out some god-awful stuff in his time. And yeah, this is Fred Gray's moment. This is, I think, the worst Fred Gray music I've ever heard. I take no pleasure from saying that because I usually like Fred Gray's music. I like Fred Gray as a bloke. He's alright. Pretty easy going. I like that. Right, well, I'm making my way to level 3, but I am going to have to go back to level 2 as you see some horrible sprite glitches there because of the number of sprites there are. So I'm now in area 3, but I haven't picked up the part of the weapon from area 2 yet. So let's try and get this weapon. Will it give me something new? I'm guessing not, from the fact that it's not doing anything. So alright boys, so let's keep going. And there's another dead end. In fact, what I am going to do is go back to zone 2 and try and get that missing part. I don't really want to keep progressing too far because I hate having to keep coming back to these other areas. Later on, there are a couple of areas where that is unavoidable. You have to do it. I'm not going to last too much longer anyway. Now, obviously this game came out around the time when Alien Syndrome was released, and it's rather cashing in on the whole, you know, let's make aliens look absolutely grotesque and repulsive and all that. And yeah, it's not much more than that actually. It's just an Alien Syndrome cash-in attempt, and that's game over, I think. Yep. There we go. Stick your name in. That's good. And it's still doing this irritating fucking way of entering your... Let's try that again. It's still got this irritating way of entering your name. You can't just type it in. Oh, fuck off. My name's going to be... I'm Welsh for this game. Right, there we go. So there we have it. That is Guts. So what do I think of it? I don't. It was a massive letdown. Yeah, it's a huge disappointment. Graphically it looks okay, I guess, apart from the main sprite. The main sprite, you are, looks awful, and yeah, it is rather glitchy in places. Music, the title page music is okay, the in-game music though drives you fucking mental, and you really do want to be playing the game with sound effects, not with music. Right, there you go. Gameplay, it's, well, say it's a cheap cashing of Alien Syndrome. I mean, it doesn't have the ridiculous difficulty of Alien Syndrome, but it's, if anything, it's even less rewarding. You're wandering around this maze where everything looks the fucking same. It just doesn't really have any redeeming qualities. So, yeah, after Firefly, this was monumental disappointment. And it's back to, you know, good old Ocean, you know, quality. It's all polished and absolutely fuck all else. So I'll give it 3 because, say, graphically it's okay in parts. But like music, it's possibly the worst Fred Gray music I've heard because it's so irritating. The title page music is okay, but nothing more than okay, whereas the in-game music just, you know, is enough to drive you into the nearest fucking lunatic asylum. And gameplay is as boring and unrewarding a game as you could possibly, you know, imagine. So yeah, 3 out of 10. Massive disappointment. I expected more than this, and special effects showed with Firefly that they are capable of way better than this. So there you go, that's Guts. Don't bother with it. And that brings this video to an end, and we'll see you at the next video.